Welcome back to the final part of autism. What even is it and why? Well done for making it this far, particularly if you're usually here for the political content. And as a reward, today we are going to celebrate autistic creators, businesses, and just everything autism. This is going to be one of those things where I give you a list of people to support, but please bear in mind that it's not enough to just subscribe and follow. You have to engage, or unfortunately, it means very little. So ready yourselves for an inundation of cool as heck things to check out. To kick things off, I asked the participants of this series to let you know what you should be reading and to plug their channels and projects.
Well, hello, I am Sam, aka Trekkie69, the anarcho-wiggist. I am a neurodiverse, non-binary, trans, Ashkenazi Jewish, anarchist. I Twitch stream. I talk about neurodiversity issues, commodity abolition, anti-ableism, anti-racism, my experiences with ableism and anti-Semitism. You know, I provide a compassionate space for, people to both ask questions and also be educated. Twitch.tv/Trekkie69, and you can find me, a lot of my VODs on search Trekkie69 on the YouTubes. So what book should people read to better understand autistic people? Well, it's not specifically on autistic people, but it's on disability. I'd suggest you read Disability and Capitalism and Disability. It's an edited volume on Marta Russell's writings. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's viewing disability from a socialist critical lens. Another one in the collection of essays called Queering Anarchism, there's an essay on the intersection between queerness, anarchism, and disability. That's another really good read also.
The core of my advocacy work is the YouTube channel Autistamatic. I work to very high production and research standards to produce weekly videos that are visually engaging and accessible to autistic and neurotypical viewers. The biggest problems autistic people face are rooted in communication. So the main theme of the channel is encouraging autistic and non-autistic people to understand the reasons, thoughts and feelings behind what we say and do, so that we can understand each other better and talk to each other properly. If you can't explain to someone why you think or feel differently to them, there's a good chance you'll find a video on the channel they can watch which will help them understand. I also occasionally speak at conferences or run training sessions for companies who want to engage properly with their autistic workforce. And I'm working on 2 books which delve deeper into the themes I discuss every week on the channel. There are so many good books, but as a foundation I always recommend Steve Silberman's Neurotribes. There are countless academic books and personal accounts that help in understanding key topics and the experience of being autistic. But for someone new to the community who's just discovered they're autistic or has a child or a new autistic friend, partner or colleague, I think Steve's book is a tremendous starting point.
I am Emileigh with a G. It's spelled weird, Emileigh with a G. And on Twitter and Twitch, I am Emileigh with 5 G's, so it's just at EMILEIGGGGGH. I actually recently did a video about this show, Clarice, which is like a sequel series to the movie Silence of the Lambs, and it had, trigger warning for my fellow autistic people, but it has an autism storyline that bad, real bad. Super bad. What book should people read to better understand autistic people? I don't have a book, but finding autistic people on Twitter, finding Facebook groups and things like that, people will talk about, and Twitter is great because it's just these little snips of that autism feeling when blah blah blah, and those are super enlightening for me to understand myself, and I think it would be great for somebody who's trying to understand me better to see things like that, which not all of them are going to fit for everybody, but I think that a lot of them do kind of help explain things that we go through.
My name is Evelyn. I have a YouTube channel where I talk about leftist politics, trans issues, and the LGBT community in general, things like religious oppression, the state, capitalism, geopolitics, all that fun stuff. And y'all can find me on YouTube at Evelyn or Twitter, Alice_Evelyn_. And I hope to see y'all again in the near future. Ponderful, Thank you so much for inviting me to do this. I couldn't be more excited to see how this turns out. Best of luck to you as well. And hope everyone has a lovely day. I love you!
I would look for any anthologies or anything that's directly written by autistic people. There's a number of them out there, but I think an anthology or something might be useful because you're getting a lot of different perspectives. Because a lot of the more well-known kind of memoirs tend to be your typical stereotypes. So I think an anthology or something, you're gonna get a much wider variety of things. So I think that could be really useful. I run a YouTube channel called Questing Refuge, and I do a lot of media analysis talking about disability, often using autism to talk about things and dissect stuff. But I also do get into, I guess, a lot of psychology and mental health as well. And and also I tend to focus on things that are affecting kids. So, I talked about military recruitment tactics towards young people before they're 18, and even a lot of the psychology stuff I talk about, a lot of times I'm framing that in a way of things that we are taught or instilled in us when we're young. So I also come at things a lot from from being a parent and also having a tough time myself growing up. So
Indigo forgot to record her, so gave me permission to do it for her. As well as her YouTube channel, which features lifestyle vlogs and advice from an autistic perspective, Indigo offers a couple of services for autistic adults. One is an anonymous confessions page where autistic people can go to offload what's on their mind. She plans to make a monthly confessions video, which will be a great way to hear a variety of autistic perspectives. In addition to this, Indigo offers an advice service for autistic people who either just need to chat or who want advice with a problem. All the links for Indigo's projects are listed in the description, as well as her Ko-fi account if you want to support her in her very worthwhile ventures. I also want to give a quick shout out to some creators who really wanted to take part in the series but unfortunately didn't have the time. Neurodivergent Rebel makes regular autism related content on YouTube, but is best known, I think, for their advocacy work IRL, their killer tweets and website. I've added their link tree to the description because they're all over social media and there will be something there for everyone. Tyler Grant also has a YouTube channel where she posts vlogs and interviews. She has a podcast and is a seriously good Instagrammer. However, I'd like to once more draw attention to her fund project, Black and ND, designed to help pay for assessments and support for Black neurodivergent people, something which is desperately needed. Neurodivergent people are offered little support, and that which is on offer requires a formal diagnosis. Assessments can be very expensive and time consuming. Mine took well over a year and around €2,000. So please consider contributing to this fund. Finally, Samantha Stein of Yosemite Sam fame makes excellent autism content which is very well made, entertaining and funny. You can show her videos to anyone who wants to better understand autism, and she regularly highlights other autistic creators, academics and cool people for your following pleasures. You'll find all of their links in the description, but I'd also like for you to take a gander at the channel section of my channel page. Here you will find a big old list of autistic YouTubers who deserve your clicks. I'll leave it like that for a bit, and if you're watching this in the distant future, well, here, just look at this and search. Some of them make autism content, others make all kinds of jazz, but they all deserve your engagement. But you don't just want YouTubes, do you? You're chomping at the bit to support autistic people in as many ways as you possibly can. I can tell. So what you need to do is head on down to the description where you will find a Google Doc. Click it. Go on. Click it. What's this? A list of autistic creators, writers, websites, foundations, projects and businesses? All broken down into a colourful and easy to navigate format? You've got writers of both novels and blogs, mutual aid funds, you've got music makers, picture painters, influencers, comedians and all. You are welcome. Finally, please remember, when looking to support autistic people, do just that. please don't give your money to neurotypical ran charities whose goals are to ensure that no autistic people are born in the future. That's it. April is done. Okay, I know April isn't actually done, but you know, calendars are hard. Thank you so much to everyone who took part, and thank you for watching. The next you'll see of me, I'll be back to the video essay, so subscribe and hit the bell to be notified of when I next upload, in 3 weeks or so. And do remember to go and check out all the autistic creators, artists and businesses showcased today and in this series. Materially supporting autistic people directly is one of the best ways you can help us fight for our own rights. Thank you so much again, and I will see you next time. This video and all my videos are only possible thanks to the continued support of my patrons, you lovely, lovely people. If you enjoy my content, please consider signing up to become a patron for early releases, resources and updates. Thank you to all of you who have already. It really means the world. Cool, cool, cool.